Welcome back to Keys to the Hustle. Today we'll be sitting with Michael Bazley, or Big Bad Bazley on socials. He's a real estate agent and a boxing champion, good WA representative, and I'm just curious on his mindset when it comes to translating things from real estate to boxing. Not only that, he's a pretty cool dude. Enjoy. Hey.
Hello.
Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you too. Thank you very much for having me, Patti.
You're so welcome. So I've actually asked you to come and talk to us about your boxing and real estate history and just mindset more so, because I feel like the way you do things would be different to the average real estate agent in today's market. So I guess tell me who you are outside of real estate.
Outside of real estate, so...
Big Bad Bazley?
Yes, Big Bad Bazley. So obviously the nickname came from, it was just from the boxing world. Big Bad, big bad intentions, knocking out. So regarding outside of real estate, I'm a very disciplined person. Outside, I'm consistently training, trying to get the best out of myself and getting that daily frustration out.
Yeah, well, I do want to say a huge congratulations. I mean, you are, WA's heavyweight champion in the boxing field, or how do we categorise that?
Yes, that's correct. The WA heavyweight champion, yeah. So the best that this state has at this moment.
That's
Correct.
cool.
Thank you. And thank you very much for inviting me. You did say even before I became champion that I was going to get it. And thank you.
Oh, easy. I don't know. Sometimes you meet people and you're like, oh, well, whatever you're driven towards, you're going to succeed in. And that's what I saw in you, to be honest. So,
thank you.
Oh, anytime. So I guess for someone who doesn't know the boxing arena, I guess, where do you box out of? Where's your gym?
So I do have two gyms that I train out of. I train at Big Rigs Gym in Malaga and Kick-Ass MMA. So the reason for doing that is I've picked the best days at both of the gyms. Gyms have their best days and this and that, and I've gone to a lot of gyms around Perth. Pretty much all my boxing life since I was 15. I'm now 34. I went around all the gyms around in Perth, and I found the two that I think are the best ones for me.
So Kick-Ass MMA, where are they based?
Kick-Ass MMA is in Morley.
Oh, cool.
And Big Rigs Gym is in Malaga.
Okay, shout out Big Greg's Gym and Kick-Ass MMA. I don't know about every gym. The only one I really know of is Scrappy MMA, but that's because my kids go there.
That's a great gym too.
Yeah,
yes.
Well, they go to the one in Willerton. They join in on the kids MMA roster. Obviously, Jack Della Mandolina comes out of there too. So sometimes we get to see him if we're lucky. I know that there. Do you know of any other gyms that are around, or is there a reason? So you go to Kick-Ass for MMA training. Is there something that you pull out of there for boxing?
Yes, so Kick-Ass MMA does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, kickboxing, Muay Thai, as I mentioned, boxing as well. It does everything, but it has great coaches in all the disciplines. It's not just a jack of all trades and that's decent there. They actually have the best coaches for every discipline. And regarding Big Rigs Gym, that's just where a lot of professionals like myself, that's where they make it happen. It's just two different kind of style gyms. Yeah. One's very brutal, very in there. That's Big Rigs Gym. Kick-Ass MMA's got that kind of technical side of things, and I like to blend both of the worlds together. And getting that, you get a champion.
Yeah, you get a bout, which is freaking cool, man. Okay, cool. So I guess how does Dragonfire tie into you? Because I've seen them like a few things. Are they a boxing gym?
Correct. So they are the promotion. So they do the WA promotions. They also do Andrew Maloney. You would have seen him. He got the world title over in Japan the other week. Yeah. So but they are here.
That's next, right?
Yes, hopefully I can maybe do that one day, go to Japan, UK, USA, but at this current stage, got this, and the next one will be for...
Australasia?
Yeah, get in Australasia, get that ranking in.
Yeah, you won't be far away, I reckon, just mindset, hey. I guess, so how do you push past a hard day when, I guess, you're in real estate? It is pretty tough at the moment, and maybe even tougher now, so to be honest, but what's the mind shift? I guess you have a lot of discipline, so it's hard to kind of implement that into an average person's life. But how would you start if you didn't have that skill?
So you mean like starting the day?
Oh, yeah. Starting the day.
Yeah. What's my sort of day look like?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So basically, I would wake up about 4:45, and it's pretty cold in these in these moments.
Yeah,
You know, I would immediately go for a 3 to 5K run in the morning around the park.
Jesus Christ.
Don't do treadmills because I can't stand running on the same spot. It's boring.
Boring,
So
yeah.
we got to run around. In doing that, you get to explore the neighborhood, and that's where real estate is. So I'm doing two things at once. You know.
Got
Yeah,
your DLs on your shoulder.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So then basically after that, I'll then go to Chasing Better Gym. That's, you know, just do some general weights, try and keep that going. And then I'll be there till about maybe 7:30.
Yeah.
And then I'll start getting my real estate day going, you know, all the way to whenever that will get done.
Yeah.
And then from there, I'll then go to the boxing gym. And then so I'm getting at least...
Yeah, how many hours are you training a day?
At least 3.5, 4 hours.
Sheesh.
And mixing that, you know, with the real estate world, it can be tough. Don't get me wrong.
Is that leading to, I guess, more listings now coming from your boxing, especially now that you're a title holder?
Yes, I've had a couple of times when I've won my fights and I'm walking and people are coming up to me saying, "You're now selling my home. You know, you've got a knockout result there. Can you get a knockout result for my property?" I'm like, absolutely.
That's
yes.
marketing in itself.
Yeah.
I want to see that in your real estate marketing now. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
With real estate and getting the extra listings from being recognised through your boxing, do you find that people are assuming you're going to be a really good negotiator?
Yes, absolutely. But I always tell them, don't worry, we aren't using the hands. You know, it'll be purely business. But yes, no, like people, you know, it has put a lot more views on myself. You know, and
Cool.
As you know, in the real estate world, it's very hard to get noticed.
Yeah.
There is a lot of them. You have to have something where you will stand out, be it through hard work. But everyone, in my opinion, I tried that. I'll do work hard, you know, but yeah, standing out, yeah.
I think when it's our market's like saturated with so many real estate agents, you do need to stand out.
Yeah.
And you literally, I mean, you might be up against someone who's sold 100 properties in 12 months, but they don't have.
They don't have this,
Yeah.
you know, and like a lot of agents, you know, they've been in it all their life, and me being in my position, I've only been in for a year and a half. You know, it's hard to go against someone that's in 10, 15, 20 years, let alone their family prior was in it and they've been born into it. You know what I mean? It's very, very hard for someone like myself, especially in my 30s, coming into this game as well.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Yeah, first generation real estate agent myself too, so I'm feeling the
you know
pain.
all about it?
Yeah. It's painful watching, you know, some people come into it and just be given a database, but I find them lucky and I'm still studying them too.
Yeah.
So I like where Justin's come from. I've spoken to him and had him on the podcast, and he definitely does. He's first generation real estate too, and untouchable on social media.
Absolutely.
Just untouchable, undying and loyal community he has. And if I can get something half as loyal as that,
We'll be right.
Yeah, we'll be right. And I reckon you're going to get there quickly. So I guess you're based out of Haven Property. A lot of people might not know that.
Yeah.
Have you found some mentors out of your office? I know you're with is it McDonough?
McDonough Group.
McDonough
Yes.
Group.
So basically, I do have a couple. Yes. Jordan McDonough, obviously the McDonough Group.
Yeah.
He took me into this, you know.
Yeah, how did he find you? Or were you like...
Yeah, so the story
always
with that,
planned?
we've known each other since primary school. You know, we mixed in high school, and then we became.
Did I
really
meet
good
him when I
mates.
first met you? Was he who you were with?
No, I was with my cousin Brad.
Oh, he's
He was my
cool
big
too.
cousin
Shout
Brad.
out,
Yeah,
Brad.
he's bad. Yeah, Bradley Warren. He'll be
Good,
watching
good.
this. Yeah. Obviously it was over a few drinks over the years. We just, you know, over a few vodkas, and then just, you know, should get real estate. He's been in for a long time. I was like, you know what, let's do it. You know, and then took me in, and then ever since I've been at Haven, they really have looked after me. You know, Jordan, Russell Doman, Xavier Peacock, Gail Adams, Sean Hughes,
Shout
Shane
out
Beaumont.
team.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
I've
know,
had a few real estate agents on here. They don't shout their whole team out, so they must
I'll
be pretty
shout a few.
special.
Yeah.
What are some of the notable sales you had, or disappointing sales maybe?
There's one that does stick out. I did get Helena Valley, and as soon as I got it, the whole office was like, "Oh, that one's going to take a while." And then I was like, "I knew it was going to take a while."
Why?
It was
Renovators
just a
delight.
massive rural property. You know, it was just like semi-rural, and it was amazing property. But they were like, "Oh, that one's going to take a minute."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah." It took a little while, but we got there in the end. I think it was 12, 13 weeks every week. Didn't stop, and eventually got it.
Yeah.
So that was definitely the highlight. So
I think that would have been good for you too, just to get a taste of a slow market, because I think that's what we're entering now. Hopefully a smaller version or a lesser evil version of the slow market, because that's 12 weeks. I think the longest I took is, about 12 weeks, and still I didn't sell it.
Yep.
And it fell over.
That would have been heartbreaking, yeah.
Yeah. Not a big one though, so it's okay. I live to tell another tale.
Yeah.
We'll be right. But that's, I guess, do you have anything?
Like a sad one?
No. Oh, with your mental health, how do you just keep it gangster? How do you keep it gangster?
Honestly, it was this. It was training, because at that time I was making my professional debut, and I had a lot of hype around me. Like, the boxing world has generally known who I am for a while, but I've always been the dark horse. I was always watching everyone else do their thing, and they were like, Michael, you could beat them. And I was like, I know, but I didn't care. And, it really changed for me when my good friend died. And we'd always go out previously, and he'd always laugh that, you could become champion. I was like, I know. And then when he passed away, I made the promise to him at his grave that I'll do it. So that's why I kept it gangster, because just holding that promise that I made.
Oh, that's beautiful. My condolences. May I ask, was it accidental?
Yeah, just bad health. Yeah, just over the life, just, too much alcohol, everything, accidents,
Lack of care on own health. Yeah, it's a similar tale, not a similar tale, and I don't want to diminish anything. But Corey, I think, came in, and we accidentally got to a conversation where his colleague had committed suicide quite recently too, within the last 2 years. And I think, that's what motivates us sometimes. Someone's gone to heaven knowing that we'd do great, so we have no choice but to serve them, right? I feel like you've fulfilled that promise with the bout, and anything you do from now is just a cherry on top.
It is, it's a cherry on top now. Like, I'm so happy right now, and anything else, is a bonus right now.
Nice. And I hope it's fulfilling, because you deserve that. And I do think your friend would be really proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm obviously a mum of 3, so my kids are all under 10 years old. Tell me about your little one.
Yeah, my little one's 8 years old, little Sky.
Is she boxing?
Yeah, I do take her every now and then, yes. But obviously, I've had the conversation with her. She's like, Daddy, I don't want to do boxing, but can I do it for fun? I was like, absolutely, pumpkin.
Yeah. She probably wants to do like ballet or some.
Yeah, horse riding.
Oh, cool.
Loves horse riding.
Horsey girl, cool. Yeah. Well, blessings. I guess having a child and juggling so many things can be difficult, but I think having someone to fight for, well, pardon the pun, I guess, in your situation, but just in general, is another motivation that I think helps us be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to bring food to the table.
One way or another.
I guess looking back on younger days, what would 20-year-old Michael think of you today? Or think about where you are today? Would he even believe you?
Yeah. So if you had asked me this question probably last year when we first met, he would have been disappointed. Now, at that time, I was 128 kilos. I was 22 kilos heavier than what I am now. It wasn't until that first time after I met you that I got myself into gear. The accident with my mate happened. I lost all the weight, and made my debut and won all my 3 fights by knockout and got this. He'd be stoked right now. Yeah. But if you asked me this question 1 year later, he would have been like, "What are you doing?" But as on the case, it's never too late.
Yeah, shit, yeah. And I guess, so did you always know you were going to be boxing?
At the back of my mind, everyone
knew
was
you could
always
fight?
Because I've been boxing since I was 15.
Were you that cousin at the club getting?
I was actually
carried out by
I was not. I was always the quiet one not to mess with. Just peaceful with everyone. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Friendly giant, if you will.
Yeah.
Because how tall are you?
6'5".
Jesus. Seeing as you've got boxing, right, as your side hustle, and you've got real estate, you probably dabble in a couple other hobbies as well. what advice would you give someone who's stuck in a career they don't enjoy or they're not enjoying right now?
Change it. It took me, I was in civil construction firefighter for 12 years, and it was always in the back of my mind, you know, over a decade, like, but I just kept doing it.
So what were you doing in construction?
Oh, I was on the excavators, loaders.
Like FIFO stuff?
Yeah, firefighter, doing earthworks.
Golden handcuffs, if you will.
You just hit it nail on the head right there. Yeah, I was doing that, you know, and I wanted out for a long time, but like you said, the golden handcuffs, you just, you know, as easy as people say it is, like, it is hard to get out. And then when you come back to Perth working here, then you have the freedom of being able to make all the events you missed out on, which is what I did.
And connection too.
Yeah, you know, with your daughter, your family, you know, your relationships, you do lose them in FIFO, you know, and then, if someone's, you know, as you mentioned then, like, if you want to make a change, do it. And as I mentioned before, it's never too late. I'm in my 30s. I've done it career-wise and in a sporting career-wise. It's never too late.
Outside of the belt, because that's a very obvious success, what does success look like to you now? Seeing as you've got the belt, what's...
What success like to me? Good health. Always good health. You can have all the money and everything in the world, but if you don't have good health...
What's the point?
What's the point?
You're not going to last.
You're not going to last to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's too true. So what do you get up to on the weekends outside of home opens?
Well, I do have 2 weeks grace at the moment before I begin my next training camp. So, you know, you will find me at the bar just enjoying myself, having a Long Island iced tea, whatever it is.
That's my
here and there.
Yeah.
You know, I will be at the gym, you know, doing all the boring stuff as always. But when I'm locked in the camp, I'm a ghost.
Yeah.
You won't see me anywhere besides the gym.
With real estate, is that something you're going to keep pursuing?
Correct, yeah. I will keep doing both, absolutely. Yeah. They both make me feel alive. I've never felt more alive than what I am right now.
At the end of the day, what do you think and what do you want people to remember about Big Bad Bazley?
That he was the guy that could get the job done. In any in any way possible.
Yeah.
I'll always find a way.
In the ring and behind this for sale sign. When is your next fight?
My next fight will be on August 28 at Metro City. That one's going to be an absolute banger. They will be finding me an opponent. I don't know who it's going to be, but whoever it's going to be, they will be getting their head collected as well.
Nice. So if you don't know where Metro City is, that's the one in Northbridge?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Where can we find tickets?
Tickets will be on sale about maybe 2 to 3 weeks' time. Yeah. It's really early days now, but you'll find them there. But
about July? Or
about July, about
June.
About July, probably start of July.
I think this will go live probably end of June, so 10 days from today. Luca will have it ready for me to review, and then it goes up on YouTube not long after that. So about a fortnight will be in about July.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's definitely worth coming to because, you know, in the scene I've always said, you know, I want to make WA boxing popular, you know, like how Danny Green did. You know, there isn't a heavyweight here in WA that's doing it, you know, so you get it done and hopefully, you know, as many people here can see it because one day, you know, I won't be able to fight here anymore. I'll have to go fight wherever it is around the world or over on the East Coast and show them how it's done. Yeah,
maybe you should. That's your next marketing ploy. You should ask Danny for a fight.
No, he's the one that spotted me. He's the one that he actually spotted me at the gym and had a conversation one time. So as I mentioned, when I was getting myself into gear and just starting my journey to get in shape, he
Universe delivered you, Danny Green.
Yeah, he walked in the gym on a sparring session and he said like, my God, he's like, you can move, man. He's like, are you a professional? I was like, no. And he's like, you
should be.
You should be. Like, you'd be silly to not have a go, mate. Otherwise, you'll always regret it. And that was something people always said to me, you know, like, you'll regret it if you don't, you know, and then it finally happened. But, you know, talk to Danny every now and then, but no, I'm not fighting him. He's retired.
Yeah.
He's retired.
Well, you know, so is Mike Tyson. He's still got up there and fight.
He's fighting bloody Jake Paul.
Yeah, so
Jesus Christ.
You know, that'd be a good way to collect WA watchers.
Yeah, exactly.
Know? Fan base, still Danny's fans because, you know, he's retired. He's not fighting anymore. Oh, shout out Danny Green. That's cool. Does he still own that gym chain or...
I'm not too sure, actually. No, I'm not sure.
Me neither. And then, so is he like a coach, a mentor, a natural mentor, I guess? Like he might not directly do it, but
Yeah, no, he always comes to the fights and watches, and then sometimes comes to the gym in big rigs with his son, and does a bit of sparring with the peeps there. So he gets to have a chat with him every now and then. Just said, he just always gives us pointers because there's always something you learn from every fight. It's like every sale, you kind of learn something new every day.
Yeah, I try and ask the big dogs in real estate. Like what did you do, just so I can steal.
Yeah, steal something from you.
Let's take it back to the fight, right? The championship that got you that belt.
Mm-hmm.
What was your process in preparing for it?
Yeah, I remember this. So it was my second fight. I just scored a first round knockout against Patti Stanley. He's from Fiji. Immediately after that fight in the ring, Ryan Williams faced off with us, and that was the fight made to have this happen. So we had a face off right there. So I'll be honest with you, right then and there, I was that locked into my crosshairs were straight onto him. I didn't go out and celebrate that night. I couldn't, because I was like, this is everything this moment's come to right now.
What is that process like? Like, do you just spend the night like going on his socials, getting yourself worked up? Like, look at his stupid hair. Pardon me if he doesn't have hair.
No, I actually, when it happened, because everyone went out and partied afterwards, and I already had another assignment. I was like, I'm getting it done. No, I don't go to none of their socials. I don't care. I don't care what they do, because I only care what I do. Yeah. So all I got to do is just keep doing what I do, and I know everything's going to be all right. So after that, I began training actually the next day. As crazy it is, I was already training. Yeah. I was already ready.
You were like, let's go.
Yeah. So I had 12 weeks, and I was already in great shape for my last one, and I was already ready to go. So I started training that next day all the way through for 12 weeks, mornings, evenings, recovery sessions afterwards. So I was, as I said, 3-4 hours.
What are you eating at this point? I'm presuming you are meal planning to keep up with that schedule.
You always got to have your wheat bix and honey. And honey, and also Nutrigrain on, every now and then. I love a Nutrigrain.
Like the overnight wheat bix that's going viral.
Yeah, I love that for breakfast. Yeah. You
need to post the recipes, brother.
Yeah, I got that there. Obviously, just your boring chicken and rice with broccoli. We know all that stuff. All the boring stuff. It gets really old eating it really quick. That's something I really hate doing, is all the clean eating. I love KFC.
Yeah.
Love KFC.
Yeah, same. Especially after a drink, night after a drink. What do you do, if you can't eat KFC the day after, or do you just let yourself off? If you have a big night, I suppose you celebrate it, right?
That's right, yes. So, you do have a night here and there, but then, as I said, as soon as that 10 weeks is coming,
So from face-off to actual boxing, that's a time span, 10 weeks?
Yeah, at that time, I think it was like 10, 11 weeks. But like that night that I won my second fight, I didn't go out and celebrate. And everyone was like, come out, let's go party. And I was like, no.
Got to train for my next.
I got to train for this. Like, I was so locked in to have this, because this was the moment everyone's been talking about for like 10, 12 years.
Athlete mindset, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool.
But it was hard. I had to train my ass off for him, and I'm glad I did, because he come out swinging. He wanted it.
So now we're a day of the fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're getting hyped up, you're training, you're about to come out on stage.
Yeah.
What is it like when you enter that ring and you put those gloves on? Because I obviously met you before I met you as Big Bad Bazley. I met you as Michael.
Yeah.
And Michael's a pretty cool, nice dude. Very easygoing and approachable. How do you turn the switch on once your gloves come on in the ring?
Honestly, when I'm getting my hands wrapped and they're all getting signed off, and and my gloves are being put on, everything goes into autopilot for me. There's Michael right here. Big Bad takes over. It's like there's someone else, doing it, and I'm just the passenger. As soon as it's on, it's like we're in, and walk into that ring, your heart's beating. It is beating, Yes, courage is just going to go do something when your whole body's telling you to walk away. It's hard. And then you get there, you got all the crowd, everyone's screaming, your heart's beating. But honestly, it's autopilot for me. There's Big Bad's got it. I'll be in there, I punch, I throw a punch, I dodge it, I don't even know I dodged it. You know, I block that.
Adrenaline.
I hit him with a right hand, but I'm cool, calm, collected, because I know I've done the work. You do the work, you know you haven't cheated yourself, you're going to be okay. And you know you've done everything you can do. It's up to the night, you know, and I always believe in myself.
Yeah. And that's something a lot of people lack, I think, in any industry. But with real estate, I feel like it's like getting into a ring. But obviously, in that scenario, the worst case is they say no.
Yeah.
In your scenario, when you're walking into a ring, the worst that can happen is you get knocked the fuck out.
Exactly right. You get knocked out, and then you'll be like, where, you know, like what happened? You know, then it's all over the internet. You know, it's not a day and age where you can escape that. You know, like so I always go in there knowing like I've done everything.
Was there a moment or like a second or even a minute when you were in the fight where you're like, oh, I'm winning?
I knew within the first 10 seconds.
Nice.
Every time I can tell within the first 10, 15 seconds if I'm gonna get it. As crazy as that sounds.
No, I think that's like any professional, right? You just know.
Yeah, you kind of know if you're going to
the first 10 seconds is crazy.
But when you do get the victory and all that hard work's done, it's a feeling that you can't relive until you have that moment again. There's nothing in my life that ever gets that feeling after a win, you know?
Yeah. And I haven't seen one actually, you know, when I watch the UFC or boxing where there's, you know, a sore loser in the sense. But how was your opponent? I was going to say loser, but I don't want to rub it in. It was a good fight.
Yeah, it was a great fight. Yeah. So it's the crazy thing about that is he was someone I used to watch 10 years ago when I was watching, because I'd always watch heavyweights, you know, and I was actually a fan of his. And, you know, then...
I guess that's where you have the advantage, too, because you've been watching him fight for a while. Yeah, but he hasn't been watching you.
Yeah, but, you know, he obviously got to see he got to see my last, obviously, 2 fights. But, you know, I'd been watching him for a long while because I was a fan of his. I'd always watch the fights. And then to go against someone that you're a fan of, you know, into your opponent, it's crazy. Like, you hear about it all the time in things, you know, until your favorite becomes your opponent. Like you made it.
You just remove the emotion, I guess. You're probably used to that with real estate as well, because you just got to deliver the bad news. It's just your bad news is a fist.
But yeah, like afterwards, after the fight, 1 week later, we actually caught up for lunch. You know, and went and had a beer and had a laugh and
shout out. What's his name?
Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams. That sounds like a famous guy, anyways. Oh, that's cool. And where's he from?
He's from England.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he lives in Perth here, but yeah, he's from England, yeah.
I know you're probably not afraid to box anyone at this point, but is there a culture anywhere in the world, I guess, that if you knew that was where they were coming from, you'd be like, oh shit, this one might be a bit different?
USA and the UK. USA and the UK is where some, where it definitely goes down. Yeah. It's a whole different breed over there, you know. Yeah. And Australia, you know, every time we tend to go international, we kind of fall short. Yeah. You know, and I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen.
Nice. Because I guess, what is next for you? I know you've got your fight in August at Metro City, which I'm going to try and get a ticket for. You can slide me some through the back door, boss. I'll pay for 'em.
Absolutely. I got you.
Thank you. Give me 2, please.
Yeah.
And we'll come fully decked
What's
out.
next? Honestly, I don't do this for the best. I do this for evolution for myself. I'm going to keep evolving. I'm going to keep being the best and represent this state and do everything I can.
Yeah, and it's not, you know, I'd say that's a huge goal for anyone else, but you're already there, mate. You're a very strong representative for WA in the boxing field, and I can't wait to see where you go. I'm sure Dragonfire can't wait either. And, you know, your gyms, I think they'd be very proud of you.
No, they are.
I know the pride that comes out of, you know, Scrappy about Jack's, like,
absolutely.
Oh, he walks through and we all fall to the ground. We're like, yes, congratulations. Even though, you know, his outcome was different in his last fight.
Yeah.
Oh, we still think his shit doesn't stink.
Yeah, but you know, just getting in there and having, you know, the courage to go in there, like win, lose or draw. You know, you lose, never see it as a loss. See it as a lesson. You come back stronger.
Yeah, and with your lunch with your opponent after your fight, obviously good vibes. Was there a schedule for another fight or?
No, he unfortunately retired. I didn't want him to retire. I was a
Yeah.
bit upset afterwards, after my fight, 'cause he announced his retirement. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
should have, and like leading into it, he wasn't sure. Then yeah, he retired afterwards. But now we had a good chat, and he's gone into coaching now up at Phoenix Boxing
Nice.
in Butler. So I've booked in a few sessions with them in the next couple of weeks to go and hang out with them and with the gym there. And yeah,
I
we've
think
all
that's
just,
honourable. You
yeah.
were his last fight, man.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was a privilege, and yeah.
And I guess you don't have to worry about anyone else fighting him now. You
Yeah, I
took
was the
that.
last one, yeah. And he went out, yeah, he gave it everything. He was my hardest one so far.
Yeah, look, I'm sure his family's just sick of seeing him get punched.
Yeah.
Okay. I always think about that mindset, like from your family. Like, what's your parents think
Oh, yeah,
about?
mum's scared, of course.
Yeah,
But
does she come to your fight?
yeah, she comes, yeah, but
She
yeah.
just looks away.
But her heart's probably beating faster than mine, like even like,
Because I've got a son and I don't know.
yeah.
Obviously now while he's 5, I wouldn't be keen to see
Yeah.
him get pummeled.
But then that's even like your close friends or even friends that care about you, like they're nervous for you. Like you'll be walking in, but if they've told me like it feels like it's them walking in, you know what I mean? Because they're just so nervous. It can be a very emotional sport for the supporters, family, and bad things can happen in there. It has happened, and that's as long as both fighters walk out, with the health intact and everything's okay. It's good. But I did have a scare in my first fight. He wasn't moving for about 3-4 minutes, and
Yeah.
I was actually horrified that I thought he was.
You got him.
I thought he wasn't coming
One-hitter
back.
quitter.
Yeah, but he got back and he was okay. But that was
Scary.
was for me. Yeah, being the first one and.
Yeah. So tell me, how many knockouts have you had?
I've had 3 fights so far, and I've had 3 knockout wins.
Jesus. Was your last one a knockout too?
Correct.
Jesus. Nice. Big Bad Bazley. I get it.
Gotta live up to the name.
Yeah, that's freaking cool, man. So I guess in the moment when you knock somebody unconscious, because I've been present with something like that's happened, not in a professional format. But,
Yeah,
hey,
me
it
too.
wasn't me either.
Yeah.
But do you feel bad?
At the moment, you don't know. You think everything's going to be okay because all the hard work's done. You're relieved. It's over. It is the best feeling, like getting it done. But when normally they're moving after 10, 20, 30, 40 seconds. Everything's okay. Everyone's happy. The supporters are happy. Both fighters are okay. But that one instance there when he wasn't moving for 3-4 minutes. Like even
Is he okay now?
He's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Me and him are friends. Also, he's from over east, and me and him talk all the time.
Cool.
He's awesome. He made me work for it. But it was to the point where even the supporters were like quiet and like, oh, like shit, like this is actually like serious.
Medical on standby.
Yeah, oxygen, all sorts. But it came good. But yeah, in the moment it's good. And if they get up and they're moving around, yeah, sweet, everyone's happy. But yeah, there's times when it can be a bit scary.
3 for 3, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
And not cool for the other people, but cool for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. Well, I guess when you knock somebody out and you just know you're capable of doing something like that, do you walk a little different? You walk with a little bit more swagger?
I'm always humble in that sort of department, like I'm always peaceful. It's always the ones that try and act tough and be this and that, they're nothing to me. And in the general world, you kind of can tell who's the real business and who's not. If someone's acting like a complete donk, like you can tell they're a bit of a fake, But no, I always walk the same and treat everyone, the way I like to be treated, and
Yeah. I feel like that's what's missing from our industry as real estate agents too. Like I meet a lot of agents, I'm like, you've never been punched in the face before.
yeah.
You need it.
You need it. They say like you don't really know who you truly are until you've been in a fight,
I guess long term, and seeing as you've been involved and watching the boxing community for a while, is there anyone that you want to fight?
Anyone who wants it at this stage.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants it, yeah.
Like, is there a great person that's still obviously working that you would consider boxing if given the opportunity? It could be stupid. It could be way out there. I'm like, if you want Mike Tyson, let's work on it.
Oh, well, because I know it would be light work and, an easy payday, Logan Paul, Jake Paul's, all them. If I'll put them on their back.
Either of the Paul brothers, is it?
Yeah, either of the Paul, but they aren't in my division anyway. But if they were to be, sure, easy work, light work, payday, happy days, you know what I mean? But
what category are they in?
I think they're light heavyweight or maybe cruiserweight, so maybe 1 or 2 divisions lower. But, it's to the point where boxing, where people that weren't raised in boxing or boxed much their life, they just go on there and fight, and they're making a shit ton of money. People, the influencers over, the UK, USA, all them people, like the other day they had a fight and they're making bank and they're not actually real fighters. Like, people are paying to see fantasy matchups, and it's just, it's just the day and age we live in,
WWE and boxing format.
And, I'd love to get that bag easily because it'll be easy work for me.
Which one is it? Is it Jake or Logan? Is one of them?
Logan's the heavier one.
Yeah.
He's the heavy one, but they both do a bit of it. But that's a crazy thing for me to say, obviously, because it would never happen in a lifetime.
Paul brothers. Dear Jake Paul, if you are coming to Australia, can we get you to box Big Bad Bazley, please? Thank you. That's cool. I'm going to boost that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
I'm going to send it to my friends and say, tag him in it. Yeah. Tag Logan.
Yeah, they'll be like, who the fuck is these two? Yeah. Australia, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy?
You'd be surprised sometimes.
Yeah, hey, it could work, eh?
Power of the internet.
Yeah,
I'm going to be the one laughing at you when he calls you. You go talk shit, can't.
Yeah, that's the most crazy comment. But yeah, mate, if they ever did, mate, I'm definitely splitting the bag with you. I'll put it that way, Patty. Yeah, like that'd be
I don't
awesome.
even want it split. Give me a small sprinkle. You know what? Shit, just give me tickets. That's gonna be expensive ringside tickets.
100%. But no, it's like you said, it's something like completely different. It's like, what fucking real estate agent's doing this, man? You know what I mean? Like, when I started, and people were like, oh, you're going to play golf, and oh, you're going to the country clubs. I was like, what? Yeah. I've never done that before in my life. Like, I grew up in Kundula, you know, like.
Oh, KGB.
Kundula, Kwinana and Balga, yeah. We come out of there, and, when people saying, oh, yeah, golf and country clubs, I was like, nah. Like, no, I'm all for this.
Yeah.
I'm all for this, man.
Just keep the side of your street clean.
Yeah.
From, say, similar beginnings.
Where'd you come from? Were you from around there or back home in
New Zealand? But I just was everywhere. When I was a teenager, I was the one throwing parties in 2014. They were getting shut down on the news. I think my last one was Balga. One of the last parties I threw. I was not old enough to be throwing that party, but Facebook was just easy. Yeah. I think someone got stabbed.
Yeah. Oh,
KGB.
shit, really? Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming, Michael. Could you please sign us off?
Thank you very much for having me, Patty, and thank you everyone for watching as well. Tune in August 28, Metro City Dragonfire, where I'll get my 4th knockout in a row. Enjoy.
Thanks, Michael, for coming in, or Big Bad Bazley. Make sure you're following him and keeping an eye out for the ticket release in July. The fight will obviously be end of August. So I'm going to try and get some tickets for that. Come say hello. Don't say hello to Michael. He'll be in the zone. And otherwise, if you're not following us on socials, flick us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn now on the Keys to the Hustle podcast, at Keys to the Hustle podcast. And as always, this is your host, Patty. Have a good one.